And I'm Karen. And we are Two Girls in a Great Big World.
We went to Shulers Dairy Farm and we learned a ton of
It was
stuff.
super cool.
Yeah.
So, check out what we learned.
So this has a storied past. My great-grandmother and grandfather had bought this in 1882. It had been originally built in 1848 by Barney Eidson. In 1882, my great-grandfather, Henry Schuler and Margaret Schuler, came to this country from Alsace-Lorraine, that's on the French-German border. And when he was 5 years old, his family got off in New York. They made their way to Chicago, and he decided that wasn't a place he wanted to raise his family. So he made his way out to Bridgman, ended up with a hotel, bought the farm that my cousin currently lives on. This farm became for sale, and he bought the 160 acres here, and they made quite a go of it. My grandfather was born in 1892. My grandfather, G.C. Grover Cleveland, had 4 children. Wade, his next son was Woodrow, who passed away at a young age of 8 or 9 years age from pneumonia. And his third child was Elaine, 3 years older than my father, Ward. Wade, who ended up living across the road working in partnership with my dad. They knew that they needed to do some things, so they had chickens. They had about 700 layers, and they had started with hogs, and they went out in 1954 and started buying baby registered Holstein heifers. In 1964, they knew they needed some different facilities, so they built 2 barns. The barn that was added to my uncle's barn was supposedly for chickens. The barn that we put on behind our barn was to hold the stable for the cows. We developed more on the cows, and they've been farming here ever since.
Ready when you are.
We're standing on 2 robotic milkers. Each robot has the capacity to milk up to 60 cows a day. That would allow us to milk 120 cows here. Right now we're only milking about 70 cows. 3 years ago we were only milking 45. That's all we had room for in our barn. So we're growing slowly. We'd like to milk about 115 cows or something. The whole reason the cow wants to come up here and use the robot in the first place is right up here. And this is what it is. It looks like a rabbit pellet, but it's actually molasses protein pellet that the cows think of as a candy treat. Now you heard me say molasses, you possibly think it tastes kind of sweet, but I've chewed on these pellets enough, there's nothing at all sweet tasting about it. But the cows love them. I've seen a cow come on a robotic milker after she's been milked, and if the next one's empty, she'll rush right in there looking for leftover pellets from the previous cow. I've even seen these cows lick them up off the floor. They like these pellets that bad, or that well. A cow either has to wait 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, or 12 hours, depending on how much milk they're giving. The more milk they give, the more often they can use the robot. The less milk they give, the longer they have to wait. A few weeks back, I was washing the floor in front of the robots about 4:30 one morning, and a cow whose name was Chance came up and went through the robot 3 successive times. Bing, bing, bing. She never got any pellets, and she never got milk. She just walked straight on through. The 4th time that she walked through, the pellets came down, she ate her pellets, and she got milk. These cows have their schedule down in a minute. I know that sounds crazy, but I can't tell you how many times I've come out of the computer room with a list of cows that are overdue, and they're in the red, and they're either standing in the robot being milked or standing in line to get milked. They know, and it's all ingrained. It's amazing. We want our average cow to use the robot almost 3 times a day, giving between 20 and 30 pounds of milk in a day. That would allow us the cow to average about 85 pounds a day. We want to get about 500 gallons every day. We've had a cow get up to 195 pounds of milk in one day. That's over 20 gallons of milk. She's using the robot 4 to 5 times a day. This is what we call a wind tunnel ventilated barn. We have 8 fans on the side and 6 fans behind it. Everything is temperature and computer controlled. The warmer it gets, the more fans start up, the faster the fans will run. When all these fans are running, it creates a wind velocity between 10 and 12 miles an hour. Flies do not like wind. I will have more flies in the room we just walked out of than down there on those cows. We have 6 high pressure water misters on those last 6 fans. They will kick on when it gets 80 degrees, unless it's humid. Last summer when it hit 90 degrees here, We had all the fans running, all the misters on. I put a thermometer on my chest and walked out there where the cows were walking and laying. It was 74 degrees on a 90-degree day in a cow barn with hardly any flies. Not too bad a place to be. We've actually had people come here from the beach during the summer shiver because they got cold in this morning. The walls are made out of a polycarbonate. They're UV tinted just like your glasses are made out of, but it doesn't absorb the heat, and neither does the roof. So this building does not get hot like a greenhouse normally would. In the summertime, it always stays cool. There are 3 curtains on the far end of the barn. They're also temperature computer controlled. The warmer it is, they open up. The colder it gets, they will close 5 to 7 days. The boys were worried that the rubber would get icy in the wintertime. So what we did was we buried geothermal lines underneath all this composting sawdust as well as under all the rubber walkways, thinking that we could recirculate that warm water being heated by the composting sawdust anywhere from 120 or 130 degrees and keep the rubber from freezing up. Last winter it got down to 11 degrees below zero here. We had all our fans shut down. We got enough body heat off the cows. A cow is actually a walking miniature furnace. Their body temperature is 101.2. They just exude heat. Actually, a cow's ideal temperature is 55 degrees. But anyway, with the heat coming off the cows and the fans being off, on that 11 degrees below zero day, it only got as cold as 26 degrees in the barn. We're only going to be adding more cows, so it's only going to be getting better.
Milking time!
So that was one of the things I've never done is actually milk a real cow. You know, you get the little plastic glove things at county fairs, but
That's nothing compared to
No.
actually milking cow. So we got to milk one of their cows.
Jersey cows?
I believe it was a
I
Jersey
think
cow.
it was a Jersey.
It was really fun. And then we got to see the robotic milker, which is something that they're really known for. So it was really interesting.
So there's nothing like that in the world?
There's nothing like that in the state of Michigan for sure. But Fair Oaks, he said, actually came up here and it has a similar setup to theirs.
Yep, they saw Shulers and were really inspired to make a really, really big version that's still in the works, he said. So that'll be something to look forward to in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But the robotic milker, now that was something else. I've never seen anything like it, and I was wondering how they would get it to, like...
Hook up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but...
And it takes about, what, 5 to 7 minutes to milk each cow? So,
Yep, and they actually line up because they get food.
yeah.
So they, like, will get a cow come in a couple times just for the food, but the robotic milker,
Yep.
like, reads a chip or something in the cow and will kick the cow out, be like, oh, you already got milked, like, 2 minutes ago. Please leave. So it's
Yeah. You can't go to a dairy farm and not see a baby cow.
And we did.
Yeah.
And his name is Paul, unofficially. We just walked by. We're like, so what's his name? He's like, Paul. So his name is Paul, unofficially, at least to us.
Yeah. And another fun fact, so we got to see all the rest of the cows down on the ground floor instead of up in the observation deck.
And he knows all their names. He just went down the line.
Yeah. All the cows came up to eat, and he just went, yep, that's so-and-so, so-and-so, so.
Boom, 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 boom. I don't know how you remember them all, but he said it's just like, you know all your people all your friends at school. And I said, yeah, but these are cows, you know? So it's a little different. But
Yeah.
I guess if you're around them all the time,
24/7.
you will get to know them. I still thought it was amazing that he remembers.
Yeah. You know who else he knew? Punk.
Punk is super cool. He has them there mostly for the tourists, but Punk is a very interesting cow.
It's a bull.
It's a bull, and he has horns, even though
He is huge.
the horns have been cut off and then somehow regrown. I don't know. Punk is this crazy looking thing. He's massive. Makes me never want to be a bull rider, even though I thought about it.
At fair.
No, yeah. Between that and sweeps, I'm done with my bull riding dreams. Punk is massive, but super cool.
He is.
Fun fact, Paul is named Paul. Paul starts with a P.
Because his mom's name starts with a P.
That's how all the cows get their names at Shulers Farm, based off of the mom's first letter of their name. One thing we learned is that there is no such thing as organic milk. It is all organic milk. So don't waste the $8 a gallon for organic milk, and if you drink milk the way I drink milk, a gallon every couple of days, that would break the bank. Words.
All right. One more fun fact for you about milk. What does it take for a cow to make 1 milk can full of milk?
Do tell us, because I don't know.
50 gallons of water, 16 pounds of hay, 18 pounds of grain, 35 pounds of silage, and cows will eat 9 to 14 meals a day and spend 3 to 5 hours eating.
That's a lot of time eating.
I mean, I spend that much time eating.
Yeah, you got breakfast, post-breakfast snack, post-breakfast snack, lunch, post-lunch snack, afternoon snack. with
Oh,
your
you forgot the
afternoon-
mid-afternoon snack.
Oh, yes, of course.
Mid-afternoon snack.
Late afternoon snack. Supper.
So on and so forth.
Midnight snack included. Okay,
And we start the snacking process again.
maybe we do spend that much time eating.
So what was your favorite part, Karen?
You know, I would say Punk, but he dashed my bull riding dreams, so I think it's got to be Baby Paul. He's so cute. So, what was your favorite part?
I scream, you scream, we all scream for Shulers ice cream!
I almost forgot about that part.
Delicious Shulers ice cream.
Oh, it was good. At the end, we went up and we got some homemade ice cream, fresh milk, cream. It was good.
It was delicious.
So good.
I want some Shulers ice cream right now.
I do too. More time eating, maybe for our late afternoon snack. We'll have-
We have some final thank yous to say. Thank you to Shulers Dairy Farm.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. It was a joy.
It was awesome. And especially thank you to Mr. Schuler for giving us a tour and for teaching us all these interesting facts. Thank you so much.
Thank you to our production staff, aka
Our siblings.
Maya, Maddie, Kyle.
Thank you for everything you guys do, and thanks for letting us drag you around on all of our crazy adventures. And thank you
to you.
Thank you
You
so much. Thanks for watching.
We love you. Oh, so Chance, we love you.
We love you guys. Thank you so much.
So, you can't go to a dairy farm and not see a baby cow.
And we did. We saw a baby cow. He's unofficially named Paul. One of the things we talked about is the words.
Join us next time on our adventure.
Who knows where we'll be next?
This production has been brought to you by Two Girls in a Great Big World.